Yo, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. My name is Cody Vondell, and today we are back with more of the best free fonts for Y2K aesthetic. This is the 6th episode in the series, so as you can imagine, we have a pretty nice little collection of logos. Here's a look. These are all using free icons, so make sure if this is the first episode that you've seen of the series, look at some of these episodes that we've done in the past. You'll be making these kinds of logos in minutes. Here's a look at some new vector heart style kind of stuff that I've been working on. I'm planning a few videos and a few free templates on this kind of stuff, so make sure you are subscribed to the channels if you don't want to miss out on free templates. I've also been working on my own custom font. I think I'm going to call it Googie. Here's a quick little look of it in action. And I'll be doing a video on this pretty soon, kind of showing how I came up with it and how I'm turning my vector shapes into a rich text format so people can use it and, you know, just type out whatever they want and it comes up in this display font. So make sure you're tuned in, hit the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate you liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, interacting with us. And if you're using some of this free stuff, some of the free templates that I put out, like the free vector icons template or the free vector heart template, which I will be upgrading later on this summer, make sure you are part of our Discord community. We have over 250 members on the server right now. Everybody from experienced graphic designers who do it for a living, all the way to people who are just kind of dipping their toes into graphic design for the first time and exploring some new things. Whole lot of talented, impressive people over there, and I just want to take a moment to look at some of the stuff people are sharing on the server. As usual, you guys are crushing it. It's always so impressive. Today I was going through saving everything so I can show it. You guys are just pumping out cool stuff daily, weekly, and I am very thankful that you're part of my community on Discord. If you want to support my channel, please head over to my Etsy where you can buy all kinds of cool holographic stickers. And if you like my background music, intro music, outro music, I create it all. You can find me, just search Cody Vondell on Spotify or your favorite streaming service, or you can find it on SoundCloud, Bandcamp. Last but not least, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that kind of stuff, at Cody Vondell. Give me a shout. If you're using some of the stuff that I've created, feel free to tag me in your posts so that more people are seeing the stuff you're creating. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So here are the 6 fonts we're going to be using today. As always, the links are in the description below. Let's go ahead and start out with Ptolemy. And we're going to go ahead and do our signature thing that we do with almost all these fonts, which is 3 layers. The back layer has thick black outline. Second layer in front of it has a thick white outline that's not quite as thick as the layer behind it. And our front layer has no outline at all. That's how we're getting that kind of signature Y2K kind of look. One thing I always like to do is convert my type to outline so I can kind of soften the edges. That's what we've done here. It's very subtle, but I think it really improves the overall look. So I do it a lot, not all the time, but very often. So this is already looking really cool. We're gonna go ahead over to the vector heart template, the free Y2K icons template. Actually, this one's not in the template. This is something that I made and forgot to include on that. So maybe I'll make another template sometime soon with it. But yeah, we're just gonna use this to kind of add to the type and kind of create something cool. I think this is looking cool. Kind of scale it up maybe a little bit. Somewhere in here. You could also see how it looks maybe over here on this corner. That doesn't look bad either. I think maybe it's hanging off a little bit. Oop, need to group these. There we go. I think it was hanging off a little bit too much on the P. So I think right here, kind of dashing out from under the L and the E, hitting the O, and then ending up over the Y. I think that's just a cool overall layout. So I think that's I think that one's finished. Cool. Let's move on to the next. Fuku Catch and Conthrex SB. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to combine these two for this logo. So we'll use Fuku and we'll use Conthrex, and we'll delete Catch and SB, and we'll scale the contrast down a little bit. Try to get it kind of nice and snug in there. Come over here to the free icons template that you can use in all of your own stuff, and just pick out a few little things that we think work. We'll just drop little copies of those right here. And I'm thinking something like that. These little circles would look cool, nice and comfy right next to the contracts. That's looking comfortable. I like that. Something like that works. For the Fuku though, I think it would be cool if we maybe grabbed this arrow, or better yet, this triangle out of, yeah. So we'll kind of make it smaller, turn it maybe to the side a little bit, make a copy of it. And yeah, that's looking cool. Something like this. Maybe we'll copy it one more time and turn it around, put it on the U. And I think the one on the K maybe is just a little too much, so we'll just delete that. And that's looking really cool. We'll just kind of fill that in a little bit. And it's being a little difficult, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to convert the type to outlines like we did on our last. And that'll make it a little easier to line up this vector shape. Cool, something like that. That's perfect. Yeah, I'm really feeling that. We could maybe even take the Fuku and add some outlines. Usually I like really thick outlines, but I think on this one we'll do sort of a thinner one, but still following that same 3-layer thing to get the outlines on all of our Y2K logos that we're always doing. So yeah, something like that. That looks cool. We'll move this up here, maybe scale it up a bit. I think we have a second finished logo in minutes, y'all. That's looking really cool. I think we're finished with that one. Sweet. So we'll just make it a little bit larger, put it right over there, and we'll grab our next font. So next one we're going to do is Sofa Chrome. And this sort of has a corporate kind of look, in my opinion, futuristic corporate look. So maybe we can add this little meta ball icon from my free vector template. And what we'll do is use negative space. So we'll copy that, make it white, and paste it right there. And all of a sudden, you get this kind of cool shape. And one thing that we could do is, have it over here to the left. Let me shear the... That's so simple. This doesn't look bad, but it's so simple. Maybe there's some other stuff that we can do with it. Like, since they don't actually have capital letters, we'll just go ahead and put all these different parts of the phrase on different layers. So we have a big S and a big C, and then the OFA in Rome of sofa in Chrome can be smaller, something like that. That works. And we'll go ahead and I guess we'll convert these to outlines just to make it a little easier for us to align everything. Something like that looks cool. Yeah, I think something like that is already taking a font that wasn't, something that we necessarily had a whole lot of options, and kind of forced something that actually didn't turn out looking too bad. Maybe unnecessary on the S, but overall that could rest to the left. It could go over top, something like that. That looks very corporate, very 90s video game company. That's kind of what I think of when I see that. I don't think that's the way we're going to do it. Something about this, I really want to put that icon up top, but I don't know. We'll see what else we can do. Maybe we can, that's starting to turn into something comfortable. I actually really like that a lot. So we'll scale that out just a bit. Maybe grab these little dots here and put them down on the end, make them real small. And yeah, that's comfortable. That works. Yeah, I think that's it. That's Sofa Chrome right there. Finished logo. Cool. Scale it up just a tiny bit. Perfect. 3 logos down in minutes. So Serpentine Bold, we're going to take the bold off. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and create outlines. And to get rid of these little spikies, we're just going to go in here and delete those little points. We just gotta find out which one it is right there, boom. And since this is the back layer, the outlines are not gonna be able to tell that anything but those little spikies are gone, so it's gonna look perfect. And we'll do it one more time over here, nice. And then we'll just grab this and turn it white, turn off the stroke. All right, yeah, there we go, perfect. And we'll fill in those little spaces there. Actually, we'll align these, and we need to make sure all of these, all the type layers are turned to outlines so that we can align them properly. So we'll fill in these little spaces here, something like that. Looking cool. I'm feeling that. That's really simple and really cool looking. Not too over the top, but still has that Y2K flair. And we made it in no time. Cool, so that's looking cool. We'll drag this little star back there behind it, make sure it's nice and comfortable, kind of Maybe scale it down just a tiny bit. Rotate it a tiny bit, something like that. Cool. Yeah, feeling it. Really simple, really easy, not too over the top. Still a signature Y2K look. Cool. Last one, Dark Future. This has sort of a mecha street art graffiti kind of look. I really like this font. Obviously, like with all the others, we're gonna go and create outlines really quick so we can soften up the edges. Then we're gonna take our ellipse tool and we're gonna draw little circles and we're gonna fill those in kind of in the A. We'll do it again over here in the U, this other U, and in the E. And I don't think that's enough. I think we could use maybe even a few more. We'll align those, but yeah, let's get a few more under the R's. So R on dark and R on future. Boom, there's another one. That looks about right. Cool, this is feeling really good. We'll align these one more time, just make sure they're all good. Cool, cool. And I think the next thing we'll do is we'll just kind of fill in some of that space just by using our pen tool here. And we're just eyeballing it. It doesn't have to be too precise. This isn't client work, it's just having fun playing with cool fonts. So maybe something like that would look cool. We can drag it over here. I can copy and reflect it, rotate it. Yeah, something like that. Maybe something like that. Like I said, we're just having fun. This isn't client work. This is just something, you know, having fun with it. But actually that turned out looking pretty cool. One thing we can do is we can group it, turn on the outline, and give it sort of a 3D look by bringing that in front and kind of bring that to the side just a little bit. Easy. Already looking really cool. So there we go, y'all. In like just over 10 minutes, 5 awesome logos, all free icons that you can download from my website. And that wraps up today's video. Thank you all so much for being a part of it, liking, subscribing, sharing. I greatly appreciate it. We have some really cool templates, lots of free stuff on the way later this summer. So if you're not already, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, hop on the Discord, give me a follow over on Twitter, Instagram. I share stuff that I'm working on so you can kind of get a sneak peek of the kind of stuff that you'll be seeing on the channel later on this summer. Some other videos that I've been putting together lately, I put the free vector heart template to use on a concert flyer for drum and bass legend Tim Reaper. We used this free Photoshop brush kit created by Paul Willix, made some cool stuff with that. Took one of these Y2K logos, made it into a 3D rotating icon using After Effects and Element 3D. Made some really fun graphics in the Gen X Soft Club, late 90s, early 2000s kind of look. Planning a mascot character style template as well later this summer, so make sure you're tuned in for that. And last but not least, this little drum and bass song After Effects video that I was working on. I will leave you with that. Thank you all so much. I will see you next week on our next video. Thank you guys.